for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus.
I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks for being with us this evening. Our top story, new changes to Florida's controversial Stand Your Ground law. The changes will likely make it harder to prosecute people claiming they used violence in self-defense.
Governor Rick Scott recently signed a bill into law that shifts the burden of proof. ABC7's Erica Jackson explains how this could affect future Stand Your Ground cases.
A sensible person that owns a gun and has a carry permit is not going to use it maliciously or with ill intent.
Bullet Hole gun store owner Francis Missantone sells guns to hunters, target shooters, and homeowners for self-protection.
For the most reason, you won't use a gun unless you really and truly fear for your life or you have to use it.
Florida residents can use guns in self-defense inside their homes and use excessive force in life-threatening situations under Florida's Stand Your Ground law. But a significant change to the law requires prosecutors to prove defendants were not acting in self-defense during pre-trial hearings.
Probably going to mean that more cases get thrown out of court and dismissed by a judge because of a claim of self-defense.
If prosecutors don't have clear evidence that rules out self-defense, the defendant will never face trial. For criminal defense lawyer Derek Bird, that likely means more cases claiming self-defense under Stand Your Ground.
It is going to make it, though, more commonplace for defendants who sometimes may overreact and, think, oh, this guy's about to hurt me, so I'm going to shoot him or I'm going to stab him.
And while Bird advises citizens to stay alert because more people may choose to use weapons in uncomfortable situations, Missantone argues the changes in the law won't have an effect outside of the court system.
It's not going to increase the number of people that are carrying. It's going to make people think before they use it. It's not going to be like the Wild Wild West where you're going to go out and just take the gun out and use it.
Erica Jackson reporting for us there. Florida is the first state in the nation to shift the burden of proof. Only 4 of the other 21 states with Stand Your Ground laws mention proof, and all 4 place it on defendants.
The former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy accused of attempted murder and a slew of other charges was back in court today. The judge heard several motions in the Frankie Bybee case, among them a motion to drop one of the charges. Bybee was charged with a total of 26 counts ranging from attempted murder to fraud. Today, the judge agreed to a motion to drop one of the fraud charges. A follow-up hearing was also set for July 7th.
An update now on a police chief facing charges in connection with the death of a Punta Gorda woman. Punta Gorda Police Chief Tom Lewis is facing a second-degree misdemeanor charge of culpable negligence in the death of 73-year-old Mary Knowlton. He's accused of exposing Knowlton to personal injury during a citizen's shooting incident last August. She was fatally shot by former officer Lee Cole during a role-playing demonstration. Cole was fired from the department. Chief Lewis is on administrative leave now for the second time, and his effort to get the case dismissed was denied. Lewis's trial is scheduled to start next Friday.
After a generous donation, an important unit at the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is now better protected from exposure to opioids. The Sheriff's Office says it recently received donations from the community, and its canine unit is now equipped with Narcan kits. Narcan is a medication used to treat opioid exposure. A local family purchased 8 Narcan kits at $134 apiece through the DeSoto Animal Clinic and donated them to the canine unit. The clinic also trained deputies on how to administer the Narcan. The Sheriff's Office says none of their dogs have gotten sick from opioid exposure, but they are now better prepared if a situation arises.
Hundreds of snook are settling into their new home in Philippi Creek at this hour. Today, scientists with Mote Marine Lab tagged 480 juvenile snook at Mote's Aquaculture Park. Then they released the fish into Sarasota's Philippi Creek. It's all part of a research project that scientists hope will provide a better understanding of the environment where snook thrive the most. Scientists say those ecosystems include seawalls, natural shorelines, and areas with vegetation. However, over the years, red tide and cold snaps have caused a decrease in the fish population, which could be concerning.
The reason that's so important to have that healthy habitat is because recreational saltwater fishing in Florida is an $8 billion a year industry. So fisheries are very important to Florida's economy. And if you don't have healthy habitat, you may not have those healthy fisheries.
Schlossler says the reason it's so important to have healthy habitats is because recreational saltwater fishing in Florida, it's an $8 billion a year industry, making fisheries very important to the state's economy.
Our fish everywhere facing sustainability issues, so the better we can do to keep their populations up, That's great.
Boat Marine doing their part.
And
Yeah,
very
that's for
active in
sure.
that. Yeah.
Well, some big storms across the area at this hour. Let's get the latest on that from Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
A line of intense storms on the southeast flow meeting up with the west coast breeze now, creating showers and storms, some very heavy rainfall there, but no severe weather reports at this time. But boy, a very ominous looking sky right now in downtown Sarasota. This is from our tower cam, a live look showing that line approaching some of the area beaches right now. Just some clouds out ahead of the actual storms. There were some low hanging clouds earlier along this line, indicating that we do have a little twist in the atmosphere with that west coast breeze meeting the east coast breeze. But for the time being, we don't see anything out there at this juncture. Let's go to the maps to show you again the intense lightning now near Parrish, stretching down to Lakewood Ranch, Northport. You've been getting hit hard throughout the last hour now. Venice, Osprey, Nokomis, not as bad. Downtown Sarasota starting to see some rain move in, but Lakewood Ranch really getting hit the hardest, as well as State Road 64 and I-75. Northport could have some flooding concerns there with some of the roadways, so keep an eye on that. The storm heights not all that impressive, up to 40,000 feet. There's a small possibility of some small hail at this point, but we will continue to see these showers and storms in the afternoon. Well, a tropical system heading off in the Pacific, that's Calvin, and we're watching also an area of disturbed weather that may pop up in the next 5 days, so we'll have to watch it off the Yucatan Peninsula. Indications are, models are suggesting that we may see something tropical develop just off the Yucatan Peninsula in the next 5 days. Well, more on that and our rainy forecast coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. 6 new businesses are coming to the already busy University Parkway. A new shopping center called University Station will sit on the corner of University Parkway and Honore Avenue. A Whole Foods will take up the majority of that space, but University Station will also be home to 4 other unknown retailers at this point. And right next door, construction crews just broke ground on a new Wawa convenience store. The project is expected to be finished by August of 2018.
ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern joins us now, and it's a kind of a turnaround Tuesday on Wall Street, Richard.
Scott, absolutely. If you recall, late last week, we really saw some significant selling, particularly in the NASDAQ. So what did we see today? Record close for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, record close for the Standard & Poor's 500 Index, and all of this in advance of the news tomorrow that the Fed, in all likelihood, is going to raise interest rates. So I don't think Wall Street's too concerned. Let's take a look at the record numbers, and certainly they do look good. There you see the Dow up 93 points, more than 0.4%, at 21,328.47. That on volume of 699 million shares. The NASDAQ, not a record, but a very strong day, up almost 0.75%, 45 points at 6,220.37. That on volume of 1,648 million shares. The S&P, a record, up 11 points, almost 0.5% at 2,440.35. Well, it was a very big day for Verizon. Big day as in they wrote a very big check. Indeed, how about $4.48 billion? That, in fact, closes the deal of buying Yahoo, which was announced last July. Marissa Mayer, who is now the resigned CEO of Yahoo, is only walking away with golden parachute and stock worth $260 million. Not a bad gig. And I'll tell you this, if I had recently retired from Verizon, I think I'd be glad I did, because integration of those two companies just might be a big job.
That is incredible. Wow.
What a parachute.
Yeah,
sure.
no kidding.
Richard, thank you.
You're welcome.
Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, Attorney General Jeff Sessions takes a turn in the hot seat on Capitol Hill. What he had to say about the ongoing Russia investigation.
And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your full weather forecast and an update on the rain showers we're having now. Plus, a new study reveals a certain group of teens may be more likely to get into car crashes. That story in Health Smart.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View. Father's Day is getting a lot more fashionable. I'm Stephanie Roberts on Suncoast View. Jackie Z Style gets guys looking sharp for the holiday with the latest summer fashion trends that even Dad will wear. American Stage Theater brings a satirical new political show. We'll talk to its stars. Plus million-dollar mansions in Suncoast for sale. And National Bourbon Day with Cask and Ale in the kitchen. Tomorrow at 4 on Suncoast View.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job. I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Belt Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Nah in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is rated the safest and most dependable automotive brand, and all Subaru models with eyesight are a 2017 IIHS top safety pick. Right now, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV, a new Subaru Forester, for just $209 a month, or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Another big day on Capitol Hill as Attorney General Jeff Sessions answers questions on the Russia investigation and the firing of FBI Director James Comey. ABC's Lana Zach has the latest from the Capitol.
An opportunity to set the record straight.
I recuse myself from any investigation into the campaign for president, but I did not recuse myself from defending my honor against scurrilous and false allegations.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions testifying before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Among the tough topics, questions about Russia, including his own meetings with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak.
The suggestion that I participated in any collusion, that I was aware of any collusion with the Russian government to hurt this country is an appalling and detestable lie.
Sessions was also grilled about the testimony of fired FBI Director James Comey last week.
My sense was the Attorney General knew he shouldn't be leaving.
Comey told senators he felt pressure from the president to go easy on Michael Flynn and that he even asked Sessions not to leave him alone with the president.
I responded to his comment by agreeing that the FBI and the Department of Justice needed to be careful to follow department policies regarding appropriate contacts with the White House.
Meanwhile, at the White House,
Thank you very much.
The president declined to dispute the comments of one of his longtime friends who said that President Trump is considering asking for the firing of special counsel Robert Mueller. But Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein, the one person who could fire Mueller, testified that the White House was not going to make that call.
If there were a good cause, I would consider it. If there were not good cause, it wouldn't matter to me what anybody says.
Part of that investigation, of course, will involve the notes and memos of James Comey. We learned today that they have all been surrendered to the FBI. Now, senators here have expressed an interest in reviewing them, and they say they have not yet ruled out the option of a subpoena. Reporting from the Capitol, Lana Zach, ABC News.
Well, Bob, it was a sunny day, and then the rain showers just broke out, at least in our area.
Right, big storms too. Lots of heavy rainfall. I'm getting some reports from my mom and dad, weather observers in Northport. There's big storms there. We talked about it earlier. Also, the big thing is dangerous lightning. We talk about this all the time. We are all prepared, and we hope we're prepared for hurricane season, but lightning season is more dangerous to your life in terms of the overall picture and when it comes, because we can always count there's going to be lightning. We're not going to always say there's always going to be a hurricane, but there's always going to be lightning around them. And look at this, Lakewood Ranch webcam showing the skies starting to get a little bit deeper as far as the colors go there and darker, and then showers and storms breaking out of Lakewood Ranch, and all of a sudden right there at 5:10. A pretty big lightning strike, as you see right there, the storm's moving off toward the west. So interesting shot that you see, that lightning strike containing some very heavy energy, up to 50,000 degrees Fahrenheit. It can actually explode trees. And here's what's going on. A Titan radar picture showing that activity quite prevalent across the central part of the state about 2 hours ago, all marching toward the west and toward the west coast. The sea breeze holding it off right now in places like Venice and Osprey, but that's only for a short period of time, as it's going to wear down, and then these storms will eventually make a break for it. They're already starting to do so near Venice and near Northport, although Northport, your heaviest rainfalls is over for now, but you're still getting lightning there, moderate rainfall occurring, lighter showers beyond that, but the heavier storms now approaching Inglewood and heading toward Venice. Look at this widespread rainfall now near Onico, spreading up to Bradenton along I-75, State Road 64, near Waterleaf and Heritage Harbor, stretching down now into State Road 70 near Terra, and then also all the way to Lakewood Ranch. The activity continues to push off to the west, and you'll see this is going to stick around for a little while here, for another hour or so. Then we'll start to see these storms progress out into the Gulf of Mexico, where they will eventually fade away later on this evening. 73 right now. We're getting some storms at the airport. The dew point is at 70. Winds are out of the east, and that's rain-induced, storm-induced wind at 22 miles an hour. The pressure 30.04 inches, and that is on the rise again. We are looking at showers and storms for Wednesday. The forecast is calling for an east to southeasterly wind flow again tomorrow. And what that means is that we'll see those showers and storms fire up along the sea breeze front. So pretty much like we saw today, with little change in the forecast. Now we are anticipating west coast sea breeze developing each and every afternoon, which will pin that right near the coast with that southeasterly wind flow, and we'll see the explosion of storms like we've seen over the past couple of days now. So tonight, showers ending, clouds still hanging around. We'll start off with partly cloudy skies tomorrow morning, and then showers and storms progressing from the southeast along the sea breeze front. Will get rather intense in the afternoon and evening, spreading off toward the west, although this model did not depict as much, but I still think they'll be around, and Thursday they will be around throughout the Sun Coast as well. For boaters tomorrow, it shapes out to be pretty good. Winds out of the southeast, turning to the southwest. To start off at 10 knots, subsiding to 5 knots, seas running 1 to 2 feet, and a light chop out there. The water temperature at 84 degrees. UV index will be at a 7, and we'll expect the tides upcoming. Low tide 11:14 for Sarasota Bay. Sunset at 8:26, sunrise at 6:35. Tonight, mostly cloudy, some strong storms here for the next hour or so, then ending late to 73 for your low. Tomorrow, look for morning sunshine a little bit, and then mostly cloudy in the afternoon. Showers and storms could be rather heavy in terms of lightning and heavy rainfall, and the extended forecast calls for more of the same right on in through Father's Day. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. In Suncoast Traffic Watch, we're seeing traffic backed up on I-75 right near Fruitville Road in Sarasota. Slow going as you head to north. A lot of traffic and probably the rain slowing things down a little bit too. Haley?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, a study in JAMA Pediatrics shows adolescents with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, are 36% more likely than other adolescent drivers to get into a car crash. The results came from analyzing more than 18,000 electronic health records for young people, including nearly 2,500 with ADHD. Young drivers with ADHD may be more likely to get distracted and act on impulse behind the wheel. They may also have difficulty staying focused on the road during long drives. Coming up, for fishermen stuck in a sinking boat in Miami, what one boater had on board that let them alert rescue crews faster. Plus, a big bonus to spring cleaning, the significance of a painting one man found when he cleaned out his garage. That's next.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
I heard about the Dottoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dottoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
With a top prize of $10 million, the new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery is your ticket to take on the world.
If you get knocked down, stand up again. Rip it up again. Give me one chance, I'm gonna make it. Give me my chance, this is my chance, I'm gonna take it.
The new $10 million world-class cash scratch-off from the Florida Lottery. One of our life-changing scratch-offs offering billions in cash prizes.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
Tonight, some shattered damage in eastern Wyoming after tornadoes ripped through that state. Tornadoes were reported in 4 counties yesterday. Some storm chasers captured video of one twister as it touched down in the community of Carpenter. Baseball-sized hail accompanied the severe storms, damaging vehicles and other property. Powerful winds also destroyed a barn, ripping off the roof of a nearby home. At least one person was hurt in all this severe weather. 4 fishermen in South Florida are safe tonight thanks to a group effort by the U.S. Coast Guard and law enforcement agencies. The boat capsized off a channel near Miami Beach and Fisher Island earlier today. One of the fishermen says water somehow got inside the boat and it started sinking. But fortunately, one of them had an iPhone with a waterproof case, and they were able to call 911. A crew with Miami-Dade Fire Rescue got there in about 15 minutes. They were able to bring the fishermen onto their boat. When other crews arrived, they took those fishermen to a nearby marina.
Most people have junk in their garages, but one Arizona man has an art masterpiece. The man was headed to a retirement home, so a friend was helping him clean out his garage. The two found what turned out to be a rare painting by the artist Jackson Pollock. The homeowner's sister was reportedly acquainted with the artist. The untitled painting will be auctioned off next week. It could bring in $10 to $15 million. Oh
my gosh.
Why is this not in my garage?
Sitting in the garage all these years.
Never even knew it, but sitting pretty now. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, the growing problems at Uber.
The changes the ride-sharing giant is making now at the top to keep its business growing. That story coming up.
The real estate market on Siesta Key is breaking records after Siesta Key Beach is named the #1 beach in America once again. I'll have the story coming up.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Rose takes her volunteering for Tidewell Hospice very seriously. But she knows how to have fun, too. And that's what she brings when we're invited to visit patients as part of Tidewell's pet therapy program. People love to see her. She really brightens their day. She makes people smile, and in end-of-life care, a smile can be a wonderful gift. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What's a nice Jewish girl to do when she can't introduce her WASP boyfriend to her conservative parents? Hire an actor. Hilarious and insightful, Bo Jest is at the Player Center June 14th through the 25th, and it's your ticket to a sizzling summer. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit theplayers.org. Don't miss Beau Jest.
Get ready for the most hair-raising event of the summer. Feld Entertainment and the Ringling Museum present international circus superstar Bello Knott in Incredibello, a gravity-defying, laughter-inducing, super stunt performance live at the historic Oslo Theater. Don't miss out on the must-see event of the summer, Incredibello, playing June 13th through July 29th. For tickets, visit ringling.org today.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.